Just days ago, China has announced countermeasures against two Philippine military aircrafts in, you guessed it, the South China Sea. This comes after two Chinese Coast Guard vessels rammed into the two Philippine boats resupplying forces completely unprovoked. This is a pattern in a long-time history of increasing Chinese acts and aggressions towards the U.S.-friendly islands, a former U.S. territory. As China backs Iran in the war on Israel and Russia in their invasion of Ukraine, and Taiwan is put on notice, are the Philippines next? And why are we having this conversation again? Joining us now is China hawk and expert Gordon Chang. He's also the author of the upcoming book, Plan Red, China's Project to Destroy America. Gordon, welcome back. Always a pleasure. Gordon, I am constantly amazed that this storyline in the South China Sea just continues to resurface, and it always seems to resurface whenever they sense there's some kind of gap in U.S. leadership. Is that what's going on now, or is this now just an extended, permanent presence that they're going to maintain in the South China Sea?
Yeah, there's a couple things going on. I think they do look at Washington as being in turmoil and certainly distracted, so I think that does factor into their decisions. But also, in China right now, I think that regime is also in disarray. We have an economy which is failing, so many other problems in Chinese society. The Chinese people are really unhappy. And I think Xi Jinping understands that he is in jeopardy. And so therefore, I see him, understanding that Taiwan is maybe too hard a target. So he's picking on something that he thinks is really easy, which is the Philippines, which is the weakling in the region. So there's, I think, a lot of factors that are forcing Xi Jinping to become much more aggressive.
Talk about the stability, the financial stability of China right now. I know that there's a lot of, they're not having a good time with their economy, but they've been making headway with BRICS, trying to establish the Chinese yuan as the new dominant currency around the world. They've made headway in virtually every continent at this point. Where does their financial outlook look right now between now and November?
I think that the Chinese economy is going to continue to erode, and it will accelerate. They had a little bit of bump for the last couple months as exporters accelerated their foreign sales to get ahead of expected tariffs. But that sugar high is over. And even now, even with Chinese factories at full tilt, the economy was not growing at all from all that we can tell. So, right now, China doesn't have a way out of its problems. Xi Jinping has turned his back on consumption, which is the only sustainable path for China. That means he's got to export more. And China's customers are just understanding that they cannot take Chinese goods at the same volume as they have. So Xi Jinping, I think, faces no good solutions other than killing foreigners.
What about China? What about Japan and South Korea and how they factor into China's actions right now, or do they factor at all? Because I know that whenever South Korea and Japan are working together, they can form a good team, a good tackle team. But I don't think that's where we are right now.
Yeah, China just a few hours ago sent one of its military planes through sovereign Japanese airspace. This is either the first or second time, depending on how you count it, that this has ever happened. And right now, Japan is going to go through a leadership change, as Prime Minister Kishida has indicated he is going to step down from being prime minister. South Korea, Yoon Suk-yeol, the president, is having troubles at home. Right now, the region is a little bit in disarray itself.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.